Welcome to Disney Oddpod.
I'm Kat.
I'm Dee.
And this week, common sense and logic take a back seat to this determined veteran and his gaggle of bears.
The Bears and I, from 1974.
Sir, I've been trying to explain, but no one wants to understand. I'm only trying to protect these cubs.
Then why do you tie them?
I had to bring them with me. I couldn't leave them by themselves.
A bear is not a dog. A bear should be free.
They will be just as soon as they're old enough.
What you've done is wrong.
How is it wrong?
You angered the Great Spirit. It is he who watches over the bears, not you.
The Great Spirit didn't do too well by their mother. Mr. Toscane, certainly you can understand that these bears are too...
No, it is you who are too young. The young have lost all respect. Take those bears back where you found them. Set them free.
Mr. Toscane, please.
Enough!
So, I don't know how you felt about this movie, but I kind of enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I thought
They just don't make movies like this anymore.
it's baby bears. I mean, it was so cute.
It was just, a lot of ins and outs and picadillos and, like, he wasn't supposed to have the bears. He wouldn't fucking listen.
Definitely wasn't supposed to have the bears.
Like, hey, dickhead, stop fucking with the bears, please. He just wouldn't listen because he's a fucking dick.
Well, he's an idiot. I mean, that's clear from the very first time he encounters the bears. He's an idiot.
He has a lot of main character superhero energy. Yeah. Like, I can save the bears. Nobody else can.
Yeah. He's definitely an interesting protagonist who neither one of us apparently knew this guy's name because about 3/4 through the movie, I looked at you and said, "What's this guy's name?" And you said, "I don't know."
It's not important. None of the Indians call him by his name, so you just never really know.
They don't call him anything. Yeah, they just barely even talk to him. They hate him.
They're just like white men.
Yeah, they all hate him. But I'm actually surprised. I thought you really didn't like it.
How would you think that? I would have figured more you wouldn't have liked it. Because you usually hate all these movies, all these nature, outdoors.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Weird movies.
I really enjoyed Nikki.
Yeah, but you didn't enjoy The Last Man on the Mountain.
Well, that there were no bears in that one, and that is completely different than this.
No baby elks.
No baby deer. There was baby everything in this movie. It was great. The Bears and I: drama, family, animals, and nature. Based on a true story, The Bears and I follows the adventures of Bob Leslie as he embarks on a challenging new life in the vast Canadian wilderness. When he suddenly finds himself in charge of 3 mischievous bear cubs, Bob encounters unexpected resentment from the members of the local tribe. Their beliefs are straightforward. Bears are sacred creatures and must be left alone to free roam. With the feud approaching dangerous proportions, the mystical powers of a revered elder are called upon in a last desperate attempt to restore peace.
Restore peace.
I thought the feud was between them and the government. It wasn't really between them and him. I mean, they didn't like what he was doing, but...
Well, when he took possession of the bears, they were all of a sudden in a feud. That's the whole point.
So...
Is that he fucked up. He was not, and they told him, let the bears go right now. Right at the very beginning. You're going to bring down bad juju on our tribe, which he did.
Well, that would have happened.
Right, but it might not have happened that way. As soon as he let the goddamn bear go, everything was fine.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, it had nothing to do with the bears. They just think it's that because it's just...
Bullshit.
No.
Even at the end, the motor wouldn't start on the boat until he let the goddamn bear go.
Okay, God, okay.
Until he whipped it away.
We live in fantasy land now. Okay. No, but, so this is... I thought this was in America.
Thought this is America.
I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
So this is Canada. So this is the Canadian government?
This is Alaska.
But it says the Canadian wilderness.
No.
In the synopsis.
It never said Canadian anything in the movie.
I know, and that's what I'm saying, is that it says in the vast Canadian wilderness, and I'm like, wait, this is America.
I think they just must have filmed it. It's supposed to be in Alaska.
Yeah.
Because how would they be in the army in Canada and get killed somewhere?
Right. That's why I was like, no, this isn't Canada.
Unless, was Canada in the Vietnam War? Did Canadians die? Maybe, wait, hang on a second. Maybe we're really stupid.
We might be really stupid. It has been known to happen in the past. I know it was filmed there, but I thought it was America.
Yeah, no, Canada did not officially participate in the Vietnam War. Yeah, no. So it can't be Canada.
Yeah, so the synopsis is wrong.
Yeah.
This is not Canada. I mean, it looks like Canada because it was filmed there.
Or maybe. We don't even know that.
No, part of the was filmed there.
Oh, okay.
But it's just, the whole story with the white people coming in and taking the land. It's like, no, this is America. Only in America.
No, this is America.
The movie definitely has a lot of familiar feelings about it.
Elements. It's a lot like a lot of the old movies. I mean, really.
Maybe it's because the director, Bernard McEvedy, his name's right there, Napoleon and Samantha. Even though this is not nearly as good as a movie as Napoleon and Samantha.
And apparently another movie that we're going to have to watch, One Little Indian, he also did. And the poster looks like it's going to be in the same vein.
That's great.
Because I happened to see, looking at, because it said One Little Indian, I was like, is it a Disney? And a lot of times the only way you're going to figure it out is clicking on
the
and
poster.
looking at the poster.
Yeah, because it says
Walt Disney. It says, Disney. And I was like, okay. I know what we're in for with that one. It's very obvious. It looks like it's a mix between the two movies.
Well, hey, that's great. It's that'll be interesting. And then 3 writers, but was the Robert Leslie guy the writer of the book?
Yeah, he's obviously Bob Leslie.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's the guy. Well, so he did write the book.
Okay.
The John Whedon guy wrote Island on Top of the World.
Oh, such a classic.
Yeah. And the Jackie Spear guy, he just did this. He's like, no
He also wrote Charlie the Lonesome Cougar, which is a movie that we have to watch, that I have actually seen, because it was a weird VHS that my sister had and made me watch, that at the time I didn't like it, but yeah, it's like Benji, but with a cougar.
Wow.
So, yeah, we'll see that again.
And so, I guess now we'll go into our all-star cast.
Oh my God, so
many
all-stars.
Who've absolutely done nothing.
Sausage Fest!
Well, yeah, where are all the squads?
There's no chicks.
It's weird.
I just assumed...
How do they have the village?
Okay, I thought there was going to be, a native chick that was going to, fall in love with him or something. That would have really balanced out the story, even though I'm pretty sure him and that kid who died were, in love.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really weird that you have a village with no females.
I mean, there was a couple, in the group shot.
Was there?
Yeah, there was, 2.
I really liked I liked the 3 old men with the funny haircuts. The old guys.
The native guys?
Yeah.
They were always hanging out in the shop?
Yeah, with the chief.
Yeah. It kind of was reminiscent of,
Their haircuts were awesome, that's all.
what was the movie? Oh, those Callaways where they go to town and all the old dudes are just hanging out in the shop all the time. Kind of had a similar feeling to that.
Yeah, a little vibe on that. So Bob was played by Pat Wayne.
When I first came to the Whitebird Wilderness, I was only 3 weeks out of the service. I'd planned to come up here with a friend of mine, Laura Chataskane. This was his home country. But then one night on patrol, there was a mortar shell.
He was in 1 Million Westerns.
Well, he's John Wayne's son. He's the original.
Oh, he is.
He's his second son. So he's the original Nepo baby.
Okay. Well, no, there's many that go back before that. But
I know, but
oh, yeah, that makes sense why he was in a couple of John Wayne movies. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's John Wayne's second son, and apparently he tried very hard to distance himself.
Why didn't he change his name if he wanted to distance himself? Why did he only act in a bunch of Westerns?
Maybe that's the only parts you could get, because they're like, oh my God, I know your dad.
Your father helped me one time.
And then chicks are like, oh my God, I've always dreamed about having sex with John Wayne.
Pat Wayne. Well, even though he looks absolutely nothing like John Wayne.
No, this guy just looks like a typical... And when the movie first started, I was like, oh my God, this guy's going to be a douche. But...
Only mildly.
Only mildly. And then Chief Dan George.
Chief Dan George from Smith.
From Smith. He's just, he's the Native American guy in everything.
Well, in everything up until 1973.
Well, or 74.
Well, he died in 1981, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, he just plays the same character.
Yeah, he's just cheap guy. Oliver, lovely Oliver, played by Michael Ansara.
Not Native American.
Not Native American. No. The rest of them are Native American. His biggest part was playing a Native American on the Rambo TV show.
Yeah, he's actually Syrian, because he was born in Syria. But he did a bunch of voices on the Batman cartoon shows,
too. Yeah, he was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, he did a ton of voices in all the different cartoons and movies for Batman.
This is how I'll always remember you. surrounded by winter, forever young, forever beautiful. Rest well, my love. The monster who took you from me will soon learn that revenge is a dish best served cold.
And Sam Eagleclaw or whatever, Valentin de Vargas. He was just a bunch of TV shows.
Ton of TV movies, like a lot of TV movies in the 70s. So I'm sure they were super high quality and amazing.
Yeah,
and he's just...
because he was a great actor.
No, he's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, you too.
Like, he's horrible.
And then I'll shout out John, just because he's the chief in Chips.
John who?
Bob Pine. He was John in the movie. He was the head of the Forest Service.
Oh, not the commissioner guy,
no.
but the younger guy.
Younger guy,
okay.
yeah.
I was like,
he was
John.
He was the captain of Chips, which was a great TV show.
Interesting. The only really character name I would know.
So he was easily the most famous person in this.
Really?
Yeah.
More so than the Chief Dan George guy?
Oh, yeah. He was... I mean, Chips was a huge TV
show.
I
guess that's true.
And he was in every single episode because he was the captain of the squad.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. This movie was devoid of fun facts or trivia.
Yep, that's why I laughed.
I even did a separate Google search. There was one fact. I didn't write it down, but I remembered it because I didn't know if you were going to write it down.
Didn't even bother.
So the only fun fact was that the novel that the Agatha Christie novel that he's reading when he first meets the bears is apparently highly regarded as her absolute worst novel. Like hands down her worst novel.
How dare they?
Yeah, but there was no facts.
Yeah, there was nothing about this. Well, I mean, I can't imagine anybody's like...
Seen this movie?
Proud or like, oh my god, let's reminisce about the time we made The Bears and I. Most of these people died in like the 80s.
Just forgotten film.
Yeah, I mean...
I was actually honestly surprised it was on Disney+. I was really shocked.
Yeah.
And especially after seeing it, it just...
Well,
wow.
and I'm curious because it said it had been edited for content. I wonder what they cut out of it.
Is it... Well, I mean... Clearly not animal stuff.
There could have been some more racist stuff.
There probably was more racist stuff that they cut out. Because it was very tame on that front.
Yeah, it was. There wasn't any kind of like real... Yeah, that's probably what it was. But it's not a big enough new movie for anybody to know or for some really old person to remember. Like, hey, they cut out the guy calling him a blah, blah, blah. That was my favorite part.
I hate this movie now. It was a lot better when it was more racist.
I was trying to show my kids how it used to be.
God
or my grandkids.
And they said, Grandpa, you can't show us that movie. Don't worry, it's been edited. Okay.
So let's, tree our way up into this? Climb?
I feel like we use climb too much. Let's canoe our way through this, because they do use canoes and boats quite a bit in this movie.
Well, it's funny that Bob has the canoe, but yet, well, I guess Mr. Oliver Red Bear is like the richest guy in town, so of course he has the motorboat.
Yeah, he's a pimp. He's just like...
Oh, well, no, I guess Sam has a motorboat too, but it's because he's a killer. He's a hunter.
He's a piece of shit, is what he is. He's a garbage human for a number of reasons, but mainly just one main reason.
Lost and alone on some forgotten highway, traveled by many, remembered by few. Looking for something that I can believe in, looking for something that I'd like to do with my life. There's nothing behind me and nothing that ties me to something that might have been true yesterday.
So the movie just opens with Mr.
John Denver.
Well, yes, Mr. John Denver singing Sweet Surrender, whatever that song is. And what's his face? Bob. Is his name Bob?
Bob.
Bob. Yeah. Bob. Just walking through the forest and narrating to himself about basically telling us, oh, I was in the army and then my friend died.
But I don't want to talk about that, right?
I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to go see his dad. And I thought he was going to, tell his dad that his son was dead. But his dad already knew his son was dead.
Yeah, the army would send somebody to tell him.
But it was just unclear at first for a second. And
But he was bringing him his stuff.
in a tiny envelope.
His items, like in a... Well, that's kind of what you'd carry something like that back in those days. Like a legal... I don't even know what you call that. Like a file folder?
Like a portfolio.
Accordion folder?
Yeah, accordion folder. Like, what would be in there? Like letters or...
Like some letters. It looked really heavy, like there was like...
Maybe there's like a metal...
diary, a medal, a knife, like...
Small
just
things.
Stuff. I mean, you don't really have that much stuff when you're in theater in the army. I mean...
Yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe like a picture or something.
Yeah, you're not taking a lot over to the old Nam.
Yeah. And, okay, the scene actually... At first, when he was narrating to himself through the forest, I was like, oh no. But when
I didn't think this was going to work out.
But the scene in the store where he's meeting all the people and they're just like, oh my god, this guy. And the Sam guy tries to rip him off. He's like, oh, I'll be your hunting guide, $15 a day. And then he's like, the store owner is like, oh, he'll rent you this boat for... He's like, I'll take 15. He's like, he'll take 10.
Yeah.
Like, they know that he's trying to rip him off.
Yeah, because they gave him the cabin for $30 for the whole season.
But what does season mean? I thought that meant, like, just summer.
I think that means year.
Okay, so, yeah, they give him the...
I also thought that meant the summer, but steal of a deal no matter what. I mean,
no, really. That's a good deal.
It was a terrible cabin that was all fucked up, but he fixed it.
Yeah, he did fix it.
It was the filthiest thing I think I maybe have ever seen.
It was pretty gross. There's raccoons living in there, and he's like, okay, everybody, get out.
Anybody else? All right, checkout time. Everybody out. Come on. Get.
And he said it took him like 3 days to clean it.
Yeah, and he's just such a dandy. Like, he's just... Like, he doesn't look like he'd be capable of doing this kind of stuff.
I disagree with that.
I don't.
He's very much the mountain type of guy, skinny,
He looks like a fucking dandy. He doesn't look like he could accomplish any of this
To
stuff.
go hike and do all that stuff, you've got to be thin and kind of smallish,
Because after he knows nothing about nature, because...
Well, he was in the Nam.
He's on the river.
Yeah, but he knows how to clean, if nothing else.
Yeah,
That's the army.
You know what he was in the army? He's a fucking janitor in the army. That's why he's so good at cleaning.
Grunt.
And he goes to the river and he sees these 3 bear cubs and he's like, oh, hey, let me approach you. And I'm like, you're an idiot. What are you doing? And then the mama bear comes out and she's, being mama bear.
Chases him.
Oh, that's bad. I shouldn't do that. And I'm like, how do you not know that?
Well, he kind of forgot. He was just having a good time seeing all the babies on his way to the cabin and he just saw more babies.
He's,
And then Mr. Astanake.
Ataskane,
yeah. I was trying to read my handwriting. That wasn't going well.
Yeah, it's a challenging name. It's not like Mr. Smith.
Yeah, Mr. Ataskane comes over and gives Bob some of Larch's...
Larch?
Yeah.
How many Native Americans are named Larch? Like, what kind of a name is that? That's not a name.
They left me in a larch. Gives him, like, some of his stuff, like a fishing net, a fillet knife, and just a couple of
axe
odds and ends.
Some other stuff.
Like, I thought you could use that. So, Bob gives Mr.
Mr. A.
No, I want to say it. Mr. Ataskane, a picture of Larch and Bob.
Yeah, and he's clearly very sad. Obviously, he misses his son, and so he leaves. And then it cuts to, like, Bob hearing gunshots, and he's like, his first thought is, oh no, the bears. And he runs down there, and he can see Sam with the bear pelt in the boat.
And 2 white men.
And 2 other guys just driving away.
2 white men.
I couldn't tell if they were white.
It was very important, I think, to say that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. But I'm just like, who does that? Who kills a mama anything?
You may or may not know that it's a mama something.
You know. I think that was implied that they knew and they just didn't give a shit. No,
all right.
I think that it was implied. And so then he like goes and feeds the baby bears and kind of coaxes them to follow him to the cabin.
He gives them food and he gives them names. They're Scratch, Patch, and Rusty.
Why is one of the bears brown?
Well, it's one of the first things he said.
I know, but that doesn't make any sense.
Because some of the bears are different colors. Like, that's just how they are. And imagine how hard it was for them to get cubs to film this movie. That could not have been easy.
I know, but I'm just saying in nature, like, that's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
Black bears can also be brown bears?
Yes, they're the same exact species. They're the same thing.
Then why are brown bears so much bigger?
They're not. The bigger bears are grizzly bears.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that there's like another bear, like a brown bear.
But a grizzly bear is like cinnamon colored.
Okay,
so it's always brown, but
you're right. Because he said that, and I was like, "That's not true. You're stupid."
No, it is true.
Okay, you're right. Okay, got it. But yeah, stupid names for these bears, and apparently Rusty,
Rusty.
No, not Rusty. Patch is his favorite bear.
Well, and the bear that took to him
trusts him the most. And he's like teaching the bears how to forage and how this part was the most unbelievable part for me.
I thought it was very believable.
I don't know.
You're like, hey, these berries you can eat. Hey, this is how you dig up some grubs out of a wood. Like, here, find your shit, man.
Would they really like follow him around though, you think?
After he fed them? Yeah, dude.
Okay, maybe.
He's the mama.
He takes him out in the boat and it's a bunch of silliness because, the boat gets tipped over. And then he decides, I'm going to take them all to the store.
Yeah, this was his huge mistake.
Like, what are you doing?
Because he put leashes on them, which is really the huge mistake. Like, if he wouldn't have put the leashes on them, the Indians might have been like, oh, weird white man. No, they were very offended by the leash aspect.
I think they were just offended by that, yes, but I think they were offended just by him hanging out with these bears in general. The fact that he's feeding them, and which they probably would have died if he didn't feed them.
Well, yeah, but that's nature's way.
I think it's fine. I think that he did need to let them go, but I think it's fine that he took care of them when they were abandoned because they would have died.
Maybe. But he gets into a fight with Sam Drunk Eagle.
Yeah, everyone just keeps telling him that he's like saying, "Oh, Sam, stop drinking. Sam, you're so drunk." And I'm like, "Why do you keep letting this guy hang around?"
And they also sell him some ammo.
And immediately Bob's like, "Oh no, he's gonna shoot." Yeah, you don't think he's gonna go shoot the fucking bears?
Well, no, the Sam yelled as soon as he they're gonna be free. Like as soon as he walked outside, like a dumb drunk bastard. And so Bob runs out and grabs the gun and they fight.
All the townspeople just hate him. Like, hate Bob. They don't hate the Sam guy for going to shoot the bears.
Well, no, he's going to free them.
Because that's nature.
That's how the Native Americans think. It's different.
It's
a different culture.
It's something.
It's a different culture.
And then he's back at his cabin, and these random national park people, the National Park Service people come, these corporate guys, and tell him they're trying to...
Corporate government.
I don't understand how they even knew this guy was here at this cabin.
Well, they were clearly flying in to see, and they saw him building that little dock that he built.
Oh, wait.
So they were like, oh, hey, there's a white guy. What is he doing here? Let's see if we can talk to him.
Okay, got it. So they talk to him, and they're like, hey, we need these Native Americans to listen to us, and they won't. And he's like, oh, it'll all work out. It'll be fine. I'll talk to them, because I'm ignorant and stupid.
It's very strange. Oh, no, it's not. Over the last couple of years, I've been up here half dozen times, and I end up looking at the trees or a stray dog. I'm still very much in the dark. Would you mind?
Oh, not at all. It's no secret. Next spring, we're sending a crew up here to start construction. This whole area is going to be a national park.
A national park here?
It's government property, not a reservation. There's a big need for recreational areas all over the country. We can't come up with them fast enough.
And just off to the side, Oliver and Chief are watching this whole thing happen. So they have come to the conclusion that Bob must
a government agent.
Must work for the government. And it's
Yeah.
like, what? He hasn't brought this up this entire time.
Double agent.
Why would you think that?
Because you're fucking Indian. Why the fuck would you trust any white person if you were Indian? Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, that is true.
It's amazing that they let him camp there.
It is something.
It's amazing they didn't scalp him the second that plane took off.
Oh, no. Oh my god. So everyone's just pissed at him. They're just like, hey, we think you're this...
They'll still sell him stuff. But they won't talk to him.
No, they won't talk to him. It doesn't last very long, but they don't talk to him.
Oh, I think it lasts a long time. It's the middle of summer, and old Oliver didn't come talk to him until the winter time.
Oh, yeah, that is true. And he sticks...
It was a long time.
Yeah. And he sticks the bears in this old root cellar.
Oh, to hibernate, which is insane because the cubs didn't grow up enough.
That's what I mean.
To hibernate.
They don't have enough fat on them. They would die.
They just would have died. And instead they grow while they're hibernating.
Yeah, and in the winter, like you said, Oliver comes and tells him, he's like, oh, it's all good now. It's great.
Because you got rid of the bears, and obviously since you stayed during the snow, you're not a government agent because, which is true, there's no fucking way if he was a government agent, he would stay through the winter.
Right, which was kind of funny. It was just like, oh, we thought you'd be cozy behind some desk, but now it's good because you're not one of them. You can stay.
And you got rid of the bears, right?
And he's like, no, they're in the root cellar hibernating.
It's like, I'm not going to tell him that.
Yeah, and so then the springtime comes, the bears wake up, and yeah, they're big, but he keeps feeding them.
Yep.
And...
Well, he says that the other two bears are, like, out foraging more, but he's still feeding Patch a lot, and, like, Patch is hanging about.
And Mr. Atascane, he just keeps blaming him for, like, the parks people, because he's like, you didn't get rid of the bears. This is why these parks people are coming, and they're trying to build a national park, and I don't know why if it's this huge area, why do they have to build the headquarters, like, right where these people are living?
Because it's obviously the best spot on the lake.
But it's just ridiculous. Like, you don't have to build it there.
No, that's exactly what the government would do, though.
I know. It's bullshit. Like,
they picked the spot that has a road built to it, that already has stuff built. It's obviously the best place to live because that's where the Indians are living.
It's just not right.
Yeah, but that's what would happen.
I know. It doesn't make it right.
I get it.
So basically then, all of a sudden, all these construction workers and parks people come and they're just like, hey, you guys got to get the fuck out or we're going to bulldoze your houses. Oh, we're going to do that anyways. Ha ha ha.
Well, no, they were going to bulldoze it anyways. They were supposed to move to Thunderbird Lake where they could have this and more.
Oh, you mean the things that all the white people promise? You can go to a reserve.
Yeah, not a reservation.
Yeah, it's not like a concentration camp at all. We promise.
Or a place where you can sell cigarettes and gambling to the white people.
It's all, from here to the end, it's just all bad. Basically, there's like this... I found this to be kind of funny at first, because every time the people are trying to do work, the natives come up and sabotage them.
Well, yeah, they're just doing their thing. Throwing a bar into the bulldozer.
Funny. And the guy...
jumping into the truck and putting it in gear and driving it into the lake.
I kind of wanted this to go on for longer.
I did too. It was pretty funny.
But then when they start shooting, it's kind of like,
well, that's because that's Sam the dumb dick-face idiot. Alcoholic. Like, obviously you can't shoot at them. You could sabotage them all fucking day.
Like, I wanted at least,
but if you shoot at them, you're fucked.
Correct, sir.
I wanted at least, like, 3 more sabotage bits. I think that would have been perfect, and I think it would have been really funny. And they
could knock over an outhouse or something.
And they could have had something where, like, Oliver, who seems more, like, rule-following, he could have, like, done something, and Bob could have, like, caught him and been like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I didn't do anything. Like, I don't know. They could have had a funny...
fun interaction.
Yeah. But so now, crazy drunk Sam, he's just like, fuck this, going on a rant. I'm going to kill the next white person I see.
And that's when he offers to scalp Bob.
Yeah. He's like, you got a nice scalp, I'm going to scalp you. It's like, wait, Bob hasn't done anything to you guys. Like, I don't understand.
Well, no, he blames... Sam is still so dumb that he blames Bob for the other people showing up. He's just he's the dumb, nativist idiot in every group of people that nobody likes.
Yeah, and then he does the worst thing in this entire movie. Well, yeah, the worst thing.
Bob beats the crap out of him. Wait.
No. So he's in town, they have the fight, but then Sam...
Yeah, Bob beats the crap out of him. No?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Because Sam goes out to his cabin and shoots Patch.
Yeah, he shoots
and it
Patch.
is fucking horrible. And then Bob chases him and, like, jumps off the mountain.
And beats the fuck out of him.
And beats the crap out of him. Because then he decides, oh, I'm going to go burn down this guy's cabin.
Which isn't even his. It belongs to the other guy in the tribe.
Okay, why did you have to shoot the bear? Like, just go burn down the cabin.
He shot the bear to get rid of the guy, to get the guy.
I know, it's horrible. It's so horrible. Bob is like, okay, whatever, my cabin's burning, but he goes and gets a blanket to transport the bear away from the fire, and you think that the bear's dead, but he's not dead.
He's like, "Arr."
It's really sad. It's horrible. I hate this part.
And then the native people and the forestry people all go to fight the fire like old school style.
Yeah, so
cutting down burning trees. And,
is that what they're doing? I was confused.
They were making a fire line. They were cutting down trees and forestry stuff so that the fire would stop right at that area.
Why wouldn't it just keep burning through the trees?
Well, because you're cutting the trees down so it can't keep spreading.
But
they still do that.
But I guess I don't understand is like, how does cutting the tree down, wouldn't the fire just keep burning?
The way that the fire spreads is through the tops of the trees.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And once you get it controlled on the ground, you can kind of control the fire and get it to stop.
Got it.
You make a break.
Got it. And while this is happening, Bob gets Oliver to help him take the bear back to the town to try to help him. And the chief guy is like, no, we're not going to help you. But then he kind of feels bad because...
Well, no, he doesn't feel bad. Bob makes him feel bad, saying, like, Larch would have helped me.
Right, because it's like, okay, it's not hurting anything to help this bear that's dying. It's
right.
Like, if anything, you're restoring, you're doing good karma for nature. Like, it's not going to hurt anything.
Well, and you're restoring what a fucking idiot drunk bastard did.
Yeah, like, that's not nature. Him going out and shooting this innocent bear is not nature. And it's really gross. Like, they take him in the teepee, and he, like, I don't know what he was doing, but...
He was chewing on some medicinal leaves.
And he, like, sticks it in the wound.
And he cut the bullet out and stuck him in the wound.
Yeah, and then apparently that was great, because the next day the bear's like, I'm chill, I'm cool, I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't even have a wound anymore.
It's all good.
You feeling better, Ocho?
So then the commissioner lands his plane in, and he makes a very reasonable speech.
Yeah, basically, like, this is happening. We're offering you guys this. Like, let's work together. And then Chief and I guess 4 of the other elders, or 3 of the other elders, are just, we're going to go up in the mountain and kill ourselves by starving.
Yeah, we're going to starve ourselves. Because this is our sacred land. Fuck off. And Bob comes up with the genius idea of, like, why can't they just be rangers and live here? Like, what's the matter with you? Oh, rangers have to be college educated and blah, 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 blah.
And he's like, they have to have a knowledge of this, and this. I'm like, they have the knowledge.
Yeah, they have
live
all
there.
The knowledge.
And so, basically, after he tries to go talk to them, Bob's like, well, I can't do anything. I'm going to go back to my burnt down cabin.
Go check out the bears.
And go check on the bears. Or, I guess, bring Patch back.
Yeah, bring Patch and leave and let him go.
And then, he says that Patch kind of kept coming back, sort of. So then, all of a sudden, Chief and Oliver just come up on a boat, and they're just like, life is good.
Well, they think that he
got rid of the bears.
Got rid of the bears.
And they're like, oh, we're going to be deputy forest people now. And they're going to pay us, which is great. Life is perfect. But then as the bear comes back, poor Patch comes back. And I fucking hate this part because it's fucking Air Bud all over again.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, I know that it needed to be done, but they're trying to get
This is in no way Air Bud.
No, it's horrible. So they're trying to get away on the boat, and then Patch, like, is swimming after them, and then he beats him with a rope, and it's so sad.
He just whips at him. He doesn't beat him with a rope.
It's beating my heart.
And he has to, like, look away when he swings the rope.
It's so sad.
It's
because Patch is like, no, I love you. And then he's, like, looking back, and I hate it. I hate this part.
Poor Patch. And then Patch just runs off with his friends.
Yeah, it's really sad, and I hate it.
It's fine.
No, I hate it. He could have just, like, kept Patch. It's fine.
No, it's not fine.
It is fine.
He's not supposed to have the goddamn bear.
He's disabled.
No, he's fine.
Patch needs a family. I'm just saying.
Protect Patch at all costs.
I didn't like that part.
It's fine.
No, it was not fine. It was really sad and horrible.
It was not.
Yes, it was. It was sad.
The wild animal was freed.
I hated it.
Freed to protected land.
And that's the end of the movie. They end with this horrible thing.
It wasn't horrible.
It was horrible. If you have a heart like I do, it's horrible. If you're you...
Patch had to be on his own. He had to restore the balance of nature.
I would argue that it's that now Patch is just going to die.
No, he's fine. He's just going to go be a bear.
Bears don't usually hang out in truples.
Well, yeah, they're all going to break up and go to their hunting territory and go fuck and become normal bears.
No, you know what I think actually happened? I think that one of the bears ended up being that little bear in Nikki's mother, and then it died. So, if he wouldn't have let Patch go, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, probably not.
And that bear would have been okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Just saying.
Even though this is way after Nikki, but...
No, it's before.
No, there's airplanes. Motorboats.
Well, maybe...
Vietnam.
Okay, maybe the bear in Nikki is actually the mother of these bears.
The mother's mother.
Something like that. Yeah. Don't bears...
Great grand descendant.
Don't bears live to be like 100 or something?
No.
How long do bears live?
Not very long. 20 years, maybe?
Hold on. How long do black bears...
They have a rough life. I don't even think it's 20 years. That seems long.
No, it's more than 25 years. So, yeah, it could be. Just saying. So, you got any awards you want to give out there?
The White Man Don't Listen award for Bob.
I mean, I basically had the same one where I just said white people be white people in. Like, just like, what?
Get rid of the bears. It's just like, dude, get rid of the bears.
Well, he really should have just stopped feeding them after they hibernated.
He should have stopped feeding them even before that.
No, I disagree.
As soon as they told him stop, he should have stopped.
But he was still teaching them how to do all the things.
No, which you were skeptical of.
I was skeptical that it would work, but hypothetically, if it was working, I think, and he would have had to, show them, hey, you gotta go hibernate. Like, I think after the hibernation is when he should have let them go, but...
Technically he did, but...
Well,
whatever.
No, but they kept coming back and he kept feeding them.
Well, yeah, he should have never kept feeding them in the first place. It's just...
Oh, they would.
White Man Don't Listen.
My second one, I have the Peter Pan Dickhole Award for Alcoholic Sam and his fucking obsession with shooting innocent bears. Asshole.
I have the Pedo Award. Obviously, none of these bears survived shooting this, and... There might have been 6 or 7 different bears.
So many
because there was multiple bear sizes and scenes. I don't know what happened to all these Disney bears, but it can't have been good.
No, I mean, they probably ended up at some circus or zoo or, I don't know.
Table. It's
not like they were wild bears. I mean, they were way too tame.
Well, they were tiny, too.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I know you don't agree, but... I find the end to be an Air Bud moment very upsetting for me. I did not like it. I was really upset by it. It was so sad when the bear was swimming out to the boat and then he just was like whipping him with a thing to get him to go away, and it was really sad. I didn't like it.
It just wasn't sad.
It was literally the same thing that happened in Air Bud. It was the same thing where the animal's like, don't leave me. And he's like, fuck off. Get out of here. I hated it. I didn't like it.
Very different circumstances. There's the alcohol
Fixes
everything award for Sam.
But it doesn't fix anything.
It does. It fixes him up good.
In his brain, it fixes things, but no, it makes everything worse. That's all I had.
Yeah, me too.
Awards.
You got any surprises, disappointments?
I was kind of surprised, that they ended up making them park rangers. I guess I thought that there was going to be. I honestly was just surprised, I guess. I thought it was just going to end differently, I guess. I was surprised by how it all came together, I think. I mean, it was fine, but I just was surprised, I think.
I was not all that surprised. It just is what it is. It was an ending.
It was an ending. It was fine. You liked the bear being... He had to do. You liked the bear being beaten off the boat.
Oh my god. It just...
It was your favorite part.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Him not even hitting the bear with just scaring the bear off. Like, hey, bud, you gotta go live your own life now.
No, I hate it.
You gotta go grow up.
Remake? Sequel? Prequel?
Yeah, let's do a modern one where they have, iPads and...
What? Who would have
GPS and like collars, and it's like a high-tech fancy new one.
What would the story be?
The same story.
They're taking land away from the Native Americans?
Yeah.
But they've already done all that.
That's as old as time. That's a tale as old as time.
Classic. I just, they could have a prequel, like the secret military love of Bob and Larch.
We don't want to see that.
I'm just saying, they clearly were in a couple relationship.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Bunkmates. Anything else?
No.
Yeah. No.
Nothing else.
It's fine. Did you come up with a budget?
I didn't get a budget, but they only made $273,000 from this
I'm not
movie.
surprised.
So it clearly did not really generate a lot of funds.
Yeah.
For the studio.
Fun. What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score of this movie is?
I have no idea.
There's no critic score. And the people have it at 30, which makes no sense.
No, it's way better than 30.
Yeah, like, what did you watch? What are you thinking?
They were probably just really offended by just everything.
Yeah, so... Kat, what would you
I really actually liked this better than I thought I was at the beginning of the movie. I enjoyed most of it, not the end. I just wanted him to live out in the field with the bears forever. I gave it a 60% or 6 out of 10 horrible bear cries because his best friend is leaving him forever and it's horrible and he shouldn't have done that.
Not forever, just so he can go to college. I gave it a 67. I thought it was fun. It was a good movie.
Fun.
It's just fine. They don't make them like this anymore.
I mean, after he went to college, he came back and still hung out with the bears, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's absolutely true. He just let them grow up so that they could live as bears. And, then he went to hang. Hang. No. Sweet.
Yeah, the opening with the Bob Denver. Is it Bob Denver?
John
Denver, whatever. It was interesting that they only used that one song at the beginning.
Oh no, they played it again in the middle of the movie.
Oh, that's right, they did. But it was just a weird choice, I guess. Seems weird to me.
And now it's time for Kat's favorite part of the podcast.
Yay.
And this time we get number 226. Sounds like we've got it before.
I feel like you say that about every number now.
No, not necessarily. We have. It was something called endurance that's marked out in red. How about 241?
Oh boy.
Having some fun. That was Atlantis. Man. How about 364?
Why does it keep just increasing when we do this? It keeps going newer and newer.
It's random. And 64, which was Maleficent.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is going to take a while. Number 66. We haven't seen that one.
Oh boy. What's the decade?
The 60s.
I feel like there's still some animated ones we haven't seen in the 60s.
It is not animated.
Oh, okay. We got that over real quick. What's the closest thing we've watched to it?
Let's see here. It is directly between Miracle of the White Stallions and Sword in the Stone.
Oh. I have no idea because I don't know anything about live action movies from this time period.
Course. So from 1963, we have a little movie called Summer Magic.
I think this is a Haley Mills. This is her last one that we haven't seen.
Right before the Moon Spinners?
Yes.
That would make sense. That's cool. That's cool.
I think this is also a romancy kind of thing, I think, where they were trying to make her more of a adults type thing.
Wow. Haley Mills trying to get it in.
At least I think, if I'm remembering from the facts that we've had before.
All right, cool. So in the meantime, if you want to subscribe, leave a review, 5 stars.
What do my brain is not working. Follow us on all the social medias. Leave us a review. Phone a friend.
Send an email, disneyoddpod@gmail.com.
Have more of a brain than I have right this second.
Whatever suits your needs. Yeah. In the meantime, this has been Disney Odd Pod.
I'm Kat.
I'm Dee.
Bye! There's a big gap.
I mean, do you really think that if I do it, it's going to fix?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Damn, you sucked that thing down.
What?
You sucked that thing down.
Well, it was only about this full when I poured it in the glass.
Oh. Country road, take me home. So now we have to add Jungle Cruise, right?
What?
Didn't that come out in movie theaters?
We've already watched that.
No,
Do you mean Haunted Mansion?
there you go.
Yes, I did. I guess that did technically come out.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Sorry, I just...
Wrong ride movie.
It's now up to 409.
What?
Or 419.
I was going to say, I was like, I know we have over 412. 420, man. What's the next movie, man? To come out. What would that... Wait, did you add Elemental already?
No.
Oh, that needs to be on there before Haunted Mansion.
Well, you can take a look at it later and figure it out.
Okay.
Did that come out in theaters?
Yes. It bombed in theaters. But it definitely did.
So it came out after The Little Mermaid?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So it wasn't that you just fucked up.
Well, that is possible. You should move the table back so the mic is in front of you. There we go. That's better.
You done fucked up. You just fucked up.
It is highly possible. I don't exactly know 100% when it came out, so that is possible if it's not on the list.
Because I would ask you every single week if something else came out.
Yeah.
You're like, no, how could it have?
I didn't say it. What am I, some old gremlin?
Mm-hmm. Next movie out is Little Mermaid. Stop asking.
Well, yeah, because at that point it was like, geez, the 5th week in a row. Don't forget.
Oh, and then, wait, maybe Elemental came out between...
Shut up. Hold, please. We're going to settle this debate right now.
I haven't even heard of Elemental.
Yeah, Elemental came out after Little Mermaid. It came out June 16th. Do you have your stuff pulled up? Are you ready?
Yeah, I was waiting for you. Well, you were doing your thing. Ready?
Oh, just a second.
See?
I just can't drink like things as fast as I used to, like at all.
Nope.
It makes me feel sick.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Just don't read it. What's the matter with you?
Well, don't put it in front of my face.
I would call that not in front of your face, bruh.
Face, front. Face off. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.